Then it says, from B, the angle of elevation to DE is 29 degrees. And here it is. They've thrown it in here for us. And from D, the angle of elevation to BC is 48 degrees. Calculate the difference in heights of the towers. So they want us to know, they want us to calculate the height of this tower, the height of that tower. Now, guys, tell me in the chat, if this is my 29 over here, my 29 degrees, we're going to look at this triangle first. Have a look at this triangle. If this is 29 degrees, this 12 meters, what side is it? We look at Soka Tower. What side is it in relation to my 29 degrees? The opposite, the adjacent, or the hypotenuse? Oh, Kunzo, always on the money. Always on the money. I want to see if everybody else agrees with you. That's it. Hi, Nadeem. Good. This is going to be the adjacent side. Right. Great. If we look at the other triangle that they've given us as well, this one, you see how they share the same base over there? This one over here with D at the base. This side is also going to be the adjacent side. So we're looking at the adjacent side of both of these triangles. Now, if we look at this being the, let me use purple again. So we're looking at the purple triangle. If this is the adjacent side, what is that side over there going to be? Good, that's it. Yes, Kunzo, that's it. Yes, Kimototo. This is going to be our opposite side. And same with D. If we look at the side that they actually want from us, BC, this side is also going to be the opposite side. Now, if we want to calculate, or I just want to draw these better, they look at me. Okay. So if we want to calculate for the opposite side, because that's what they want the height of the towers. If we want to calculate for the opposite side, what do we have? What have they given us now? What do we have and what do we want? Have a look at the information they've given us and tell me, what do we have? Good. Okay. Punto's 100% got this. Okay, good. We have the angle. Now I'm writing angle. We have the angle. We can call it theta for now because there's two of them. And we have the adjacent side. What do we want? What is it that they want us to calculate? Which side do they want us to calculate? Good. The two sides, which sides are missing? Are they asking us for the hypotenuse? Are they asking us for the hypotenuse here? No, because they want the height of the towers. So what they actually want us to calculate from here is to the opposite side. Because they want the height of my towers, they want this side over here. Okay, that's going to be my opposite side. They want the height of this tower over here, this one over here. That's going to be my opposite side. So if we have to look at the mnemonic device, Soka Tower, which one of them is going to give us, or which one of them is going to use the adjacent and the opposite? The saw, the car, or the tower? That's it, Mohammed. Good. We're going to be using the tower. And we know that the T in tower stands for tan. So we can start with looking at this, the red tower that I've drawn over here. We're going to start with that. We're going to go tan of the angle, which is 29 degrees, is equal to opposite, which is BC, over adjacent, which is 12. Now, remind me again, guys, how do I get rid of this divide by 12 over here? What do I need to do? Good, so that's it. We're going to multiply. Good. We're going to times by 12. And whatever I do on the left-hand side, I'm going to do on the right-hand side. 12 divided by 12, that'll give us 1. And then we're going to grab our calculator and we're going to type in 12 times tan of 29 tell me what it is that we get, because that's going to be the height of BC. BC is equal to, so answer in the chat when you're ready. Hello, Michael. You're a bit late there with that tower answer, but it's fine. That's okay. That's okay. All right, so you're just going to take your calculator, type in 12 times tan of 29, close brackets. Don't forget to close brackets because your calculator will not allow you to. It will give you an error if you don't close the bracket. Okay. Basitana, we're going to round off to 2 decimal places. So I just want to see who's correct because I'm seeing a 6,65 and a 6,66. So we just want to make sure that we're rounding off properly. Let's have a look. Okay, it's definitely 6,5. Okay, so we're going to get 6,6. That 1 is not going to change my 5 into a 6. So I'm going to leave it as 6,65. Okay. For those of you who are confused, after the 6,5, there's a 1, then there's a 7. Now, this 1 is too short, it's too small a number to change the value of 5. So the 5 is going to stay a 5 because the 1 is not going to change. Okay. And then somebody said to me, ma'am, why don't we use the 48 also? We're going to. We just figured out that this side is 6,65 meters tall. Now we need to figure out what D is. So we're going to do exactly that. Okay, we're going to go tan of 48 degrees is equal to my opposite, which is DE, over adjacent, which is 12. Okay, and to get rid of the 12 again, I'm going to multiply by 12 on both sides. Multiply by 12. Multiply. Okay. 12 divided by 12 will give us 1. And then in order to find DE, we're going to take our calculator, we're going to type in 12 tan of 48 this time. And you guys are going to give me an answer. Oh, yeah, I did it the wrong way around. Sorry, teacher Nels, you're 100% correct. This should actually, this one over here, sorry, DE. Yes, sorry, guys. So I completely did this the wrong way around. I'm sorry. Okay, so this BC over here was actually us calculating DE. So this was DE is equal to, and then over here, this was BC, and therefore BC is equal to 13,3. Okay, meters. Yeah, sorry, teacher now actually spotted that, and I think Tiamo spotted it as well. Sorry, guys. I did it the other way around, and I shouldn't have done it. Okay, so this side over here is 6,65 meters, and this side over here is 13,33. But we're not done. We're not done because the question actually says calculate the difference in the heights. So calculate the difference for me and tell me what the difference in the height is. Now, whenever we're asked to calculate the difference, we're just going to take the bigger number minus the small. Okay. So you can use the rounded off numbers. That's fine. And then minus and tell me how much you get. What is the difference between the two towers? That's it. Well done, guys. That's what I was looking for. 6,68 meters. What that actually tells us is from E, basically from the point E over here, to get like right there, if we want to get to that point there, we still have to go up 6,68. Okay, and that's what's that's what that is telling us. Whew. Guys, these holidays, the English is going, and apply everything that we've learned today. So we're going to be looking at some exam type questions. And here, okay. And here we're going to be doing a couple of things before we get started. Okay. So before we even look at any maths question or any trig question in any paper that we're doing, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the corner of our paper and we're going to do this. We're going to go so that we can remember the mnemonic. And then for sine, we're going to do this. We're going to give them, we're going to remember their cousins. We're going to go for sine, we have cosec. For cos, we have sec. And for tan, we have, just so we don't forget any of those. Right. Then we're also going to remember that for sine, we have y over r. For cos, we have x over r. For tan, we have y over x. I'm going to draw my 30-60 triangle. And I'm going to draw my 45. This is 45. This is 1, 1, square root 2, 1, 1, 2. And then over here, this is 60 degrees. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, square root 3. And if this is 60 degrees, this one up here is going to be 50 degrees. Okay, so we want to make sure we've got all this information somewhere where we can see it, because we don't give these to you in grade. Okay, we don't give you the SOHCAHTOA, you must know it. We also don't give you, the triangles. We don't give you the, what are they called? Special angles. Yes, we don't give you the special angles. So you guys need to know what they are. All right, so we're going to look at question 4.1 quickly, and we're going to read all the information they've given us, guys. Remember, read the information given. Okay, it says, refer to the diagram alongside. It says point P, which is 3 and 4, is on, this should be is on the Cartesian plane. X, O, T is called theta, and use the diagram to answer the following questions. Now, who can remind me, what does the 3 stand for and what does the 4 stand for? Anybody remember? What is this P for and what is the 4? I mean, the 3 and the 4. What do they represent here? Which coordinate? That's it. Somebody named admin. We really need you to change your name. You need to tell us what your name is so that we can change them. Okay, excellent, good. So the 3 is my X and 4 is my Y. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my diagram quickly and I'm going to go. Okay. Then I'm going to go, okay, on my X axis, there goes my X value. So over here, I've got 3. And on this straight line that's parallel to my Y axis, I'm going to put over there. Thank you, Jonathan. Hi, Jonathan. Okay, this is, so I've got 3 and now the question says, use the diagram to answer the following question. Now, this has given us a right angle. Right. So it says 4.1.1, calculate for OP. What are we going to use to calculate for OP, guys? Any ideas? How do we figure out what OP is? Remember, this is my X, this is my Y, and this is my R. If we use Toa Muhammad, we're gonna get the angle. And we don't want the angle. So if we use the saw, the car, and the Toa, we're going to get an angle. And that's not what we want. What we want is the length of OP. How do we figure out the length of OP? That's it, Funzo. That's exactly what I'm looking for. We're going to use Pythagoras to figure out what the length of OP is. I'm going to give everybody 2 minutes, okay? And then we're going to mark, but I'm going to show you exactly how your answer should look in your book, so or in your exam paper, so that you can get the maximum amount of marks from this. Okay, Everyone's got 2 minutes. Go for it. Hi, Tiseto.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, ma'am. I was asking for that question, ma'am. 4.1.
Yes.
I agree we have P is 3 and 4.
Okay. P is 3 and 4, yes.
So is the hypotenuse 4 or what's happening, ma'am?
We don't know, Tiseto. That's what we're trying to figure out. So if this is remember, it's almost like we're on a Cartesian plane. Remember when you learned about equation of a straight line, right?
Yes,
When we
ma'am.
learned about the equation of a straight line, we know that this is our x value and this is our y value. Remember that from grade 9.
Yes. So you're
What we're
looking for the
going to do,
hypotenuse.
so what we're going to do is we're going to take the x value and we're going to put it on the x-axis. So that x value, that 3, makes up this part of my triangle. And then the 4 is going to make up this part of my triangle. So how do I figure out what this part of my triangle is? If this is a right angle triangle, how are we going to figure out this part over here?
Okay, ma'am.
We're going to use Pythagoras, and that's what everyone is doing right now. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am, it makes sense.
All right. Okay. Put your hand up again if you have any more questions, please. So I'm here to answer. Okay. All right. I'm seeing everybody getting the correct answer. Okay. R is equal to 5. Makulobe, that's okay, my sweetie. We're using Pythagoras to answer this question. It's not a difficult question. Okay. So this is what should have happened in order for you to get the 3 marks allocated to this question. Okay. You should have went 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to R squared. And you should have written a reason. Perfect. Okay. The reason must be there. Then you can go 9 plus 16 is equal to R squared. Then you can go 25 is equal to R squared. And then if you go R is equal to the square root of 25, therefore R is equal to 5. You can skip some of these steps. We don't have to do all of them. We're only going to give you a mark for that step and the okay. Can somebody remind us again, why not plus and minus 5? Why only just 5? What are we calculating for that we don't have to use the plus or minus? Anybody know why R is always a positive 5? Okay, now one day, yes, when you look for the longest side, you add. Okay. Is there any other way we can think about this? What are we actually calculating for? What is it that we're calculating for? Good. No, Lwazi, yes, because it's a side. Good. But what does that tell us? What does that tell us about that side? It's the hypotenuse, yes. Okay. But we're calculating for the length. Yes. Good. Yes, that's it. It's a radius. Okay. And we're calculating for the length of the radius. Can a length ever be negative? Can a length ever be negative? Oh, Nolwazi, if I have a circle from the center to the circumference, that's a radius. Okay. Or have you forgotten already? Your grade 8 maths is gone. Okay. So the length, good, Nkalta. The length of anything that we measure, a length can never be negative. So when we measure for this length, it cannot be negative. These two, however, these two, of course, they can be negative. At the moment, it's just that they're sitting on the positive side of my Cartesian plane. But the second they move to the negative side, they're going to become negative. The only one that will always stay positive is my radius. Okay. All right. Let's answer for question 2. Okay. Question 2 says the cot of theta, and it's only worth 1 mark. So we need to go back and look at our cousins. Okay, cot is the opposite of tan. Okay, so if tan of theta is going to be opposite or y over x, cot of theta is going to be x over y. Okay, so Karen, the way that you've written it, 100%. So my y value would have been 4 over my x value, which is 3. So my cot of theta would be x over y, which would be 3 over. Okay, so that's the answer we're looking for here. Cot of theta is equal to 3 over 4. Well done, Karen. Okay, I want you guys to figure out for me the cos squared of theta. Pop your answer in the chat for me. Now you can remember what cos is. Use your power. No, I'm saying power. Ooh, I'm lying. Use your car. I meant car, not tower. Use your soccer tower, whichever one, for cos. Okay, Karen, you are 100% like on the money. I need everybody else to show me how they got to that answer. And remember, Karen, it was 2 marks. So we're going to have to look at 2 marks worth of writing. Okay, so we can't just say the answer is this. If it's obvious, yes, but take the time to write that extra step. Okay, who can remind me? Tell me in the chat, what is the cos of theta? What is the cos of theta? Look at the drawing that we have. Cos is equal to anybody? Somebody? Okay, I'm not sure about the 12. Not 100% sure where the 12 comes from. Yes, Tiseto.
Ma'am, I was asking because I see most of people they go 3 over 12, 9 over 12.
Okay, it shouldn't be 9 over 12. No, it shouldn't. Okay, let's talk about this quickly, Tiseto. Okay, my cos is going to be my x value. What is my x value? 3 over,
Yes.
what is my r?
4. 4.
My r
5.
value? 5. Good, it's 5.
5.
Okay, so cos of theta is 3 over 5. But what we want, Tiseto, is cos squared. So we need to go 3 over 5 all squared. So what's that going to give me? What is 3 squared?
3.
That's it. He said, so what is 3 squared? 3 times 3?
9.
Good. 9. Good. Over 5 squared, which is?
25.
Good. 25. So the answer we're actually looking for here is 9 over 25. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Nothing of it, there's no 12. There is no 12. Okay, so here's where you would get your 2 marks, 1 for squaring the answer and 1 for the final answer. Okay, so Karen, I know you got for the correct answer. I hope you added that extra step in because that's where your other mark. Okay, normally, if your teacher isn't too mean, they will give you both marks over here anyway. But okay, it's best for you to make sure you don't skip a step when you get one of those marks. Okay, now let's look at this one over here. It says 1 minus sine squared theta. Excellent, my speedy, that's it. That's what I was looking for. Now we need to go and find sine squared theta. So guys, look at the drawing that we have and find me sine squared theta. Okay, now we're looking for, sorry, not sine squared theta, sine of theta. Look at the drawing and find me sine of theta. What is sine of theta? Good, Amy, that's it. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so we know that sine of theta is 4/5. That's it. Now, we don't want just sine of theta, we want sine squared theta. So I want you guys to take this and square it. Square it for me and tell me what we get. That's it, Amy. Good. We're going to get 16/25. Good. So my question is actually asking me, what is 1 minus 16/25? That's what the question is asking me. What is 1 minus 16/25, guys? I don't know about 15. I don't know about 15, but I agree with everybody who's saying 9. Yeah, I agree with the 9/25. Yeah, 9/25. Good. All right, so that's again 2 marks. 1 for figuring out what sine squared theta was, and 1 for the final answer, 9/25. Accuracy and a continuous accuracy mark. Okay, I want you guys to have a look at 1.5. We're looking for 4 cosec theta. So what we're going to have to do, guys, is go find me cosec of theta and then multiply it by 4. And over here, go find me sec of theta and then multiply it by 3. For those of you who need a refresher, look at the cousins. The cousin of cosec is sine. And the cousin of sec is cos. So we're doing the opposite of sine and cos. Okay. Pop your answers in the chat when you're ready. Punzo, be very careful. Cosec, you're giving the answer for sine and not for cosec. What would cosec be? If sine of theta is 4/5, cosec of theta is the opposite of that, the reciprocal of that. That's it, Amy. Good. 5/4. Then I want you guys to do the same with sec. Now, sec of theta is the same as cos of theta in the other direction. So cos of theta is going to give me something. Therefore, sec of theta would be the reciprocal of that. I feel like Michael's audio is like delayed by 10 seconds because he always answers the question just like 10 or 15 seconds late. I think that's what's happened. Yeah. Okay, Amy got 4/3. Is that your final answer? Because I can tell you the final answer that I got was not 4/3. That's it. Muhammad, I agree with you there. I agree with you there. If cos of theta is 3/5, because remember, guys, the x over the radius, x over r, sec of theta must be r over x. So 5/3. Then we need to go back and put it together. Okay, put it together, guys. We're going to get 4 times the cosec, which is 5/4, minus, remember BODMAS, we need to do that first part first. Okay, minus 3 times 5/3. Sorry, I forgot there for a second what it was. 5/3. Okay, and Muhammad, I think I may agree with you. Yes, that is the correct answer. That's so. Sort that, make sure you guys are getting the mathematics correct there and tell me what the answer should be. Okay, Funzo's also getting 0. Nolwazi got 0. Okay, Makulube also got 0. Basitsana and Lesedi, good. All right. So what we can do here is we can cross cancel, guys. I'm going to get 4 divided by 4 will give me 1. And 3 divided by 3 will also give me 1. So I will just have 5 minus 5 left. That is equal to 0. Okay. 3 marks for this part, 1 part, and 1 for the final answer. We're not going to worry about the 5 minus 5. 5 minus 5 is something we do in grade 1, so we don't need to worry about it. Okay, all right. I need a number, guys. Give me a number out of 10. 10 being, I'm confident I can do this without you, Teacher Coco. And 1 or 0 being, right, ma'am, you held my hand the entire way. Okay, excellent. Funzo's at an 8, Mohammed at a 6. Karen, I believe you are at a 10. Yes. Okay, I'm seeing quite a few 5s. Okay, a 4 is okay. That means we still need some work. Okay. Nolita's at a 3. Okay. Okay, so I'm seeing quite a lot of 4s and 3s, and that's okay, guys. It does take some practice, and we need to be able to understand what it is that we're going to do ourselves. So what happens when you're sitting in an exam room and Teacher Coco is not there? Okay. You guys need to think about what needs to happen in these times. Okay, I'm gonna see if we have another one of those. I do not know. I want us to have a look at this question over here. This is 4.2. It says, if x is 302 degrees and y is 137 degrees, use your calculator. So I'm hoping everybody's got a calculator. Oh, no, Lottie. Oh, sorry. It's okay. It's okay, my sweetie. We make the mistakes. It's good we're making them now. Okay, so it says, use your calculator and determine. Now, please follow instructions, guys. Correct to 2 decimal places. So remember your rounding. Remember your rounding. Okay, to answer the following. Now, remember, we're looking for sign of. Okay, I'm going to sit like this for a second. Anele, have a look. Okay, take a screenshot. Okay, I want you guys to attempt 4.2.1 on your own and let me know how it goes. Okay. All right. Okay, have a look at 4.2.1. Remember, when we see sign cubed of something, we're just going to go and find the sign of x, and then whatever answer we get, we'll cube that. Okay. So go for it, guys. Pop your answers in the chat when you're ready. And if you think 4.2.1 is easy, keep going. Go on to 4.2.2 and 0.3 and 0.4. Okay. Jebo, I'm not 100% sure about that. Nolwazi's answer seems a little bit more correct. Okay, good. There should be a negative in there, considering where 302 is and where sign is positive. So I agree with you guys. Yes, 100%. So initially, we should have gotten something like negative 0.8 or something, something, something. Right. And then we're going to take this. I'm going to make this negative 0.85. Negative 0.85. And then I'm going to cube the answer. I'm going to take the cube root of that. And that should give us negative 0.61. Now, remember, we need to make sure that we are rounding off to 2 decimal places. Okay. Okay, no problem. No problem, Diego. That's fine. Okay, I know you knew. I know you got this. Okay. So we're going to get an answer for finding out what the sine of 302 is, and then the final answer after squaring it over there. All right. Now, I want you guys to have a look at 4.2.2. Remember, BODMAS is important. BODMAS is important. You guys have got 1 minute. Have a look at the question. Pop your answers in the chat for me. Thank you, teacher. Now, thank you. Yes, make sure your calculator is in degrees. Okay, somebody named 8784725. Yeah, please tell us what your actual name is, and I'm happy to explain again. Okay, so when we have a question like this, what we need to do, if they say sine cubed or sine squared of something, what we need to do is find the sine of the answer. Now, they tell us in this top part that we've read that x is 302 degrees. So what we're actually going to go and look for is the sine of 302 degrees. Now, if you punch that into your calculator, it's going to give you an answer like negative 0.847 something something. The numbers will keep going. But because they want us to round up to 2 decimal places, we're going to put 0.85. And then because they said it's cubed, I must take the final answer that I get after typing in sine 302 degrees, and I need to cube it. Cube that. So you're going to take it in your calculator, and you're going to cube it, and the answer you're going to get out is negative 0, it says negative 0.609, but we're not going to use 609 because they want us to round for it to 2 decimal places. So we're going to change this 09 into. Okay. Everybody with this question over here that says cos x plus y, that's the same. We're just going to go cos of open brackets 302 degrees plus 137 degrees. And this is going to equal to 0, 100% everyone. Okay, you can punch it into your calculator exactly the way it is. You don't even have to do much. Okay, you don't have to do anything. All right, calculate for 4.2.3 for me, please, guys. Oh. My nose is so itchy. All right. Thank you, teacher Nels. I hope they got that. I think, in between all the answers, they might just miss it. So go onto your calculator, click shift, look for the mode button. And then as soon as the mode thing comes up, there's going to be a lot of things that come up. Look for the one that says DEG, and whatever number shows up in front of DEG, click that number. Okay. On the new calculators, it's normally 3. It'll be 3 DEG. So make sure you click that. All right, let's have a look at this one. I'm going to get cos of 302 degrees plus cos of 137 degrees. Punch it into your calculator exactly the way it is. Don't do anything fancy with it, and it should give you negative 0. All right, on to the last one, guys. Now, this one is sec. Remind me again in the chat, who is the cousin of sec? Who is the cousin of sec? That's it, Amy. Well done. That's exactly it. It's cos. Good. It's cos. But in this case, because we don't have a drawing, we can't say that sec of the angle is 4/3 or 5/3. We don't know what that is. But we do remember that sec of theta is actually equal to 1 over cos of theta. Okay, so we're actually going to be looking at 1 over cos, and that's the rule that we're actually going to be using. But be careful, guys. What does it say here? There's a 3 there. Does anybody know what we're going to do with that 3? It's not a Q. It's not a Q. It's a 3 in front of the X. What do you guys think we're going to do with that 3? Yes, we're going to multiply. But what are we timesing? I don't think we can cross multiply. Okay, Mohammed, times it. Do you times it with the X? Yes, you do. Okay, let's think about what that's going to look like on our calculator. Okay, we're going to have to write here. Sec of 3x is equal to 1 over cos of 3x. So when I put this into my calculator, what is it going to look like? Okay, because the calculator is going to do something different than what we're thinking in our mind. So if you click on your calculator, as soon as I click pause, guys, what happens on my calculator? As soon as I click pause, what happens? What does my calculator do? Just go and click pause and see. It opens a bracket. That's a chemical. It opens a bracket. It opens a bracket for you. It writes pause bracket. So clearly that 3 cannot sit outside my bracket. It's going to need to sit inside. So when I write this on the inside of my bracket, I'm going to go 3 and then what? Who knows? 3. What? What happens after 3 on my calculator? Do I just go 3 and then I put the X value of 302? That's it. That's it, Muhammad. That's it. We're going to go 3 and then we need to put in times. Put in a multiplication sign. And then what is the value of X? X is 302 degrees. Then close brackets. Okay, you're not going to find degrees on your calculator. It's not going to be good. Okay, then we close brackets. So over here, we need to go cos of 3 times 302 degrees. Punch that into your calculator and give me an answer. Okay, Mawande and Kamo have given me 2 completely different answers. So I'm going to wait to see who's correct. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing the answer that comes up the most now is 5.66. I want to check as well. I don't want us to just be out here lying to each other. Muhammad got negative 1,00, and I agree with Muhammad because that's what I also got. Okay, so those of you who got 5.66, did you remember to put all of this over 1? Akman is getting 1,00, but we should not be getting 1. We should be getting negative 1,00. Okay. Yeah, I could see, I saw that. That's correct. Good. Guguletu says they got 1,005, which is perfect because it should actually be negative 1,0. That 5 is going to change my 0 into a 1. That's it, Mawande. Negative 1,01. Okay. So for those of you who are getting 5.66, did you put everything over 1? Did you put everything over 1, or did you just go cos of 3 times 302? Those of you who got 0.99, that's what you did. The 5.66 people, you guys need to come and explain yourselves. Okay. All right, we're going to do one last question, but before that, again, guys, give me a scale from 1 to 10. How are we feeling about these types of questions, the ones that we just did? Okay, Amy's at a 10. I also like this section. It's quite nice and easy, and you just punch things into your calculator, and it's quite nice. Ah, I see. Mawanda said 3 times. No. The 3 belongs to the X. Okay, excellent. I'm getting a higher numbers, a lot higher numbers for this section than I was for the one before, which is good. We're looking optimistic now. Okay. This is looking very optimistic. I like it. I like it. You look like Tita. Ayanda's like a solid 5, man. I don't know if it will happen. I don't know if it will. Unfortunately, Mawana, we do not have time for a brain break. We're going to jump straight into questions. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay. Sorry, my dude. Sorry. Okay. Let's look at question 5. This is one of those questions that needs you guys to kind of think outside the box a little. Okay, think about Sokatoa. This is Sokatoa. Okay, and we need to then look at the information that they've given us and figure out what it is that they want from us actually. Okay, now it says, no, all of them. Okay, it says a tower 300 meters high is anchored to the ground by 2 steel pegs that lie directly opposite each other. The angle of elevation of peg A to the top of the tower is 49 degrees, and the angle of elevation of peg B to the top of the tower is 73 degrees. If the tower and the pegs lie in the same horizontal plane, determine the distance between the 2 pegs. Yes, and Makuluka, yes, we're going to Paris. We are going. Okay, have a look over here, guys. What's this question actually asking us? Does anybody want to venture? What is the question actually asking us? Who wants to venture a guess into what this question wants from us? I'll give you guys a hint. The answer, the clue or what they want from us is in this part over here. Anybody got any idea? Good, Samokelo, yes, we're looking for distance. Good, the distance between the pegs. So we're looking for the distance between which 2 points? Which 2 points? Which distance are we looking for? Which 2 points are we measuring from? That's it, Mawande. Good. Tammy, you are 100% correct as well. Makolube, you as well. Good. We're calculating for the distance from A to B. Now, the problem with this is we can't exactly calculate for that to that. We need to calculate from A to D first, and then from D to B. Okay. Again, because it's a soccer power question, guys, I'm going to have to look at what do I have and what do I want. Okay. What do I have, guys? Good, yes, we have the angles. Okay, good. We have the angles and we have the opposite. That's it, Ntando and Tammy. Yes, good. Good. So we've got our opposite and we've got our angles. There's 2 of them, so we're going to use them one after the other. What do we want in relation to our angles, guys? What do we want? It won't be the hypotenuse. That's it. It will be the adjacent. Excellent. Okay. It'll be the adjacent that we want. Okay. So think about it, guys. So Patoa, which one are we using? The saw, the pa, or the toa? That's it, Muhammad. That's what we're going to use. So I'm going to leave this up to you. You guys have exactly 2 minutes to calculate this distance and then calculate this distance, add them together and give me a final answer. Pop it in the chat when you're done. Okay, and remember today is quiz night. So we do have a quiz that we're going to have to get done. Let's call this point here E for Eiffel Tower. Okay, just so that it's easier for us to get. Sure, Nolwazi. My mind just went blank. Tan of the angle, we can start with 49 degrees, is equal to opposite, which is 300 over adjacent, which is what we want, AD. Okay. Mawanda's already got an answer for us. Okay, good. Mawanda's got this answer for us, guys. He's saying that the distance from here to there is 260,79 meters. I'm going to round off to 2 decimal places because that's what they want normally. 79 meters. And then what about the other side, guys? Okay, I'm going to have to go because time is up.